Ba 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 da ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And now, the Reese Paulcast with Reese Paul, the Daily Show with Reese Stewart, John Paul Jones. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, I'm Stephen Colbert, and these are my balls bouncing on a picture of Donald Trump. Bam, 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 bam. Bloop. Man, I missed that show. That was good. Not that Trevor Noah is bad. It's just like, who's gonna be as good as Jon Stewart? Like, honestly, think about it. How you guys doing? Sorry to start with that. Huh? They're always so hard to start. Today on the Reese Paulcast, we got Derek Reimers. Derek is a great comedian. I kind of mentioned that I thought he was a lot farther along than I was. Because, I mean, he's very skilled. I don't know if you can find any clips of him on YouTube or anything. Give me a minute for that. Derek, I'm going to look for your shit. I had a great set this Wednesday. It felt good. I finally, was willing to riff inside of something. It was crazy. I was on. It was cool. It felt really good. Oh, 3, oh, shit. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, this one's from 2018. Nice. One comment 7 months ago on a video. I think I was I at this show? Oh. I think No, it's the 5-year anniversary. I don't think I made that. John Smith. Hilarious. Young talent. Aspiring to be a true star. I'm going to stop this. Oh, no. All right. Yeah. Had a good set. You can find Derek's good sets on YouTube. I mean, he's a killer writer, killer performer. He's really got his voice figured out. We discussed some stuff. I think Mike and Rohan's come. Oh, hey, wait. No, never mind. I was about to say, I think this is the episode where my phone gets stolen, but that was during Rohan's one. I don't know. I just, respect his opinions about comedy, and it was fun to talk to him about some of them. We mentioned my bomb that he saw that didn't actually turn out to be my first time doing comedy, but the first recent time doing comedy. And there's one of those memes where it's just a picture of someone's tweet. I'm an idiot. That's not you know those things that's just a picture of someone's tweet. It's just like, car guys are just horse girls, which is that's the bit I was trying to do all that time ago. I just didn't do it right. I didn't focus. Focus, Reese. Focus. I'm an idiot. Last night, me and Andrew Joyce and Tamua did Friends of the Show. Just call everyone friend of the show, you know. I was listening to a Pete Holmes episode. Pete Holmes, friend of the show. I heard on Rogan Joe Rogan, friend of the show. Sober October's coming up, huh, folks? I do a podcast. I listen to podcasts. Okay, here. I love those dudes that are just comment on Joey Diaz or Rogan's Instagram posts, and they're just like, I feel you, Joe. It's a great day here for me too. Living life out in. I'm going to the beach today. Just 20,000 comments into a thread. just like, Joe, you get me every time. Oh, fuck, Joe. Joe, that's hilarious. Just like 2,000 comments about that. Just like, oh, Joe, usually I'm with you. Joe, I thought you were a sane person, but you like Whitney Cummings? Just like, you don't know this human being. He's another person. You know what I mean? You're not a close friend with Joe Rogan. But if you listen to the Reese Paulcast, you're a close friend to me. Yeah, that's right, baby. That's right. The private gig was like very local. It was literally down the street from Sherwood's, where Sherwood's happening, which is down the street from where I live. And I'm trying this new bit. Oh gosh. I'm just gonna fucking tell you guys it's probably never gonna come to anything. This new bit where it's like, all right. So I understand. This is my bit voice. I understand supporting a culture, but during my morning commute, that's stupid. And then I was just like, I this is where I lost him. Absolutely. I was like, my wife raising my son, she like I know local people are like, go ahead, try, go, see what happens, to their kids. It'd be funny if they were like that to the state. And so the moment I said it'd be funny if they actually built it, everyone was just like, what? No, you do not understand what the point of this is? Reese, you're an idiot. Because I just think it's funny that there's some, like, we never got to see what the mummy's curse was, we didn't get to take pictures then. And the idea of, like, people's bodies being open and their organs splayed out and, like, shaped into hieroglyphs. And the hieroglyphs spell out ISIS, the god, not the terrorist organization, was here. Please leave my tomb or something, And just like, Reginald, all of the excavators are disemboweling themselves and making balloon animals. Just hieroglyphs looking like balloon animals, man. Damn. And then just like building this big sports arena and Kirk Caldwell being like, no, it's safe to go in there. Yeah, he has a British accent to me too. He looks like it. No, it's safe. I'll prove it. I'll spend the night. And then Kirk Caldwell just being approached by like Menehunian night marchers and him like going to shake their hands. Oh, look at these nice little children. And then being held down and forcibly penetrated by like local spiritual beings. I don't know, man. That just gets me. It's not. I don't think rape's funny necessarily, but like the sudden emasculation of a man in power. Oh, that's why cuckoldry is so funny to me. Just the idea of like, hey, do you wanna fuck my wife? Huh? This is the bridge between modern humor and old humor. Is like, fuck my wife, please. People, because there used to be that joke. Take my wife, because people used to say it like, take my wife, please. Like as an example, like, women these days don't know how to shut their faces and stay in the kitchen. Take my wife, please. How comedy used to be. Back in the good days. So anyways, just Kirk Caldwell being held down and forcibly penetrated by Menehune, just like no, stop, please. Do you know who I am? I was watching OC16 once, and Kirk Caldwell was on the Big Island doing that they were doing that fishing where you chase the fish into the nets. And they're like, oh, do you want to join us? And he's like, oh, sure. And like Kirk Caldwell swims like someone who's never been in like a bathtub before. I swear to God. I wish I could find this clip somewhere. I'll try to find this clip and post it. But holy shit, man. So like he swam with like snorkels and fins, and like when you see someone trying to keep like they're trying hard to stay up below water. It's like 3 feet of water, and he's just like crouched and like scundled together, and like he's like having a good time, and like the people around him are just like the most local people in the world because they're like showing him what it's like to do the ancient style of fishing, and it's just like, damn, homie, damn. Just like this is the representation for the island, you know? Like we didn't land on Plymouth Rock, man. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Ba-da, bop, bop. All right. Your sponsorship here. Right after the Menahune rape joke. Oh man. This isn't gonna age well. This is me dipping my toe into those dark arts. There's apparently a comedy civil war going on up on the mainland by an article from this guy Seth Simmons, I think. I don't know. I read it. It's pretty interesting. But like I always kind of thought that about like Big J's crowd, and like Kendall Farrell told me a story once about Big J like just ripping him for no reason. I don't know. It's, like you can see where comedy can cross over to mean-spirited pretty quickly. That's what I learned last night. I was trying to host, and I was trying to do the bits I liked. And the bits I like are all mean. They're not very pleasant bits. You know what I mean? Like, when I was in high school, my PE teacher died during class. The rest of the semester, we played flag football at half-mast. Now, that's just a silly joke, but that always gets a groan in certain rooms. And then a couple people, like, laughing and loving it. You know what I mean? And then then I'll be like, no, don't worry, guys. He didn't actually die. He just had a heart attack. Bell's palsy, left side. He survived Bell's palsy, left side. You know, I'm kind of like, I don't think any of this is going to be listened to. So that's fine. That's the point of it. I have to keep reminding myself that that's the fucking point of it. At this point, Derek's like trying to listen to his own episode, and he's just like, Reese, shut the fuck up. Reese. Come on, man. And he's just like, I should do my podcast because I could do it a lot better than Reese does. Look Who's Here podcast. You can look that up on the iTunes store. Look Who's Here. It's good. I listened to the Andrew episode. That was really good. You know, they weren't just one person slowly rambling into a microphone that he paid too much for. Just waiting to die. Maybe one day his dream will come true. He'll slip on a banana peel and have cerebral hemorrhaging. To dream a dream, an impossible dream. To die being slowly pushed down onto one of those giant pyramid things. It'd be fun to be that. Like, I wish I was that guy who got. It's always, I don't know. It's always funny to me to wish I had died in strange ways. To be that guy who, like, remember the brass bull thing, where you like invent a way to die, that it's like such a crazy way that the king's like, yo, get in it, and you're just like, no, I mean what? No, like, bad guys get in it, man. Not me, right? And the king's just like, this is Spain. You get in it because you had such a nasty idea that you must be a bad guy. You're like, no, man, maybe like, no, I was just having fun with it. This isn't actually a way to kill someone. Please don't put me in a large brass bowl over a fire while well, designed to make my screams louder. Come on, man. Come on. Just imagine. All right, here we go. We'll end on this one before we get to Derek. Just imagine, like, on Shark Tank, just like, hi, I'm Reese Paul, and I invented a new way to kill people. Like, what? Wait, what's the investment here? It's like, the prison industry doesn't make people suffer enough. And like, Reese, you know that people are trying to get rid of this, right? The idea of killing people. Okay, but hear me out. All right, yes, I hear you. Look at how tented my fingers are. Fuck, I'm trying really hard to think of a way to kill ourselves. Oh, this is a it's just a Sibian machine with a sharp edge on the end of it. And it just saws you in half, and the whole time it's oh, this is pretty nice. Oh, it's slowly eating into me, and I'm slowly being split in half. There's, no! I was a businessman, and now I'm being split in half by a sharp Sibian. Oh no! Help me! Who invented this? This is the video he's showing. Just like a snuff film on Shark Tank. Anyways, have fun with that idea. Shout out to J. Kyle Adams. Yeah, that's right, baby. I didn't forget this time. Give it up for Derek Reimers. Okay, we're on.
Pussy.
We're on just for your pussy.
Okay.
Not mine.
Get
Yeah.
off my pussy. Sorry.
Yeah.
How does this go? What do we do?
Just that weird, awkward transition from not being recorded to being recorded.
Yeah, I hate that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have tricked me. We should have been talking for 5 minutes. And then
Well, I thought I could trick you by doing that weird vocal warm-up,
pussy.
and then I got you.
Pop, pop, pop. Pussy pops. That's what they're called. That's what they're called in the biz. Pussy
I
pops.
should have a microphone. Those P's all just hit really hard, I think.
That's what the ladies tell me. Anyway. Okay, that's dumb. That was
Yeah.
bad as my... Dude, okay, so what do we talk about? Like jokes and shit?
I don't know, just kind of just a snapshot of the scene as it is right now. You know,
Well,
I think it's gonna rotate through everybody.
I really thought tonight I thought the word fag was going to work,
Yeah,
and it didn't.
it needs to be incredibly justified after
Yeah.
you've already proven that you're likable, and then you've got to really.
I thought the juxtaposition of like conservative white nationalists with a gay slur would make it more funny. Not, and it's
I don't
a
think
phonetically
enough
funnier
people know who
word.
the Proud Boys are yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, it's surprising how many people don't know certain things about politics or, like, just the world in general. And, like, so
Yeah.
you have to approach it from a way of explaining. That's what I think. Obviously, I'm not a professional or anything. I'm not good
Yeah.
at this yet. But,
Anyway,
you know, that's my thought on it, is that,
pretty bummed out.
yeah.
You know when you like 7 days in a row in the shower, you throw a bit through your head, and you're like,
Yes.
and every time you do it, it's like you're like, yep, it's
Yeah.
even better.
This wording
This is so good.
perfect.
And then you do it for the first time in front of people, and you're like, God damn it, I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just literally a racist.
Everyone
I just
in
had a
there-
racist thought. I thought
everyone-
it was funny.
I thought it was funny. Turns out I'm just very racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
So, oh well, I'll learn. I'll
you
get
know, man,
better.
it's just the
I think
the
it's
fucking
funny.
death of a society,
I
man.
think it's funny. No, yeah, that does bother me though. That like fucking everyone is like comedians. Gotta watch. You know, they're the speakers of truth. It's important what they say. I'm like, no, that's librarians.
We're the last
like,
great
we don't
artists.
We don't do shit.
Yeah.
We touch our dicks. in front of people. Well, one guy did. I don't know. That was dumb. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about. Longs, drugs.
How long you been doing it?
Like 3.5 years.
And you started down here, or you?
Started here.
Cool.
Unfortunately, I mean, so what I mean by that is that starting here is good
Yeah.
because you get stage time.
But there's not really any way to push each other.
There's,
Like-
it's not even that. It's just that, like, if you're in the real United States,
Yeah.
you can drive to another town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like, you could go. You can just like be like, well, I'll go to Indianapolis this weekend and
Yeah.
do some mics and meet.
You
some,
get
like,
different eyes on.
Yeah.
it.
Here you're very stuck, and also just culturally, like stand up, like comedy out here is not the same as in the mainland. It's not as well received. It's
Yeah.
not as well understood.
Yeah.
You get a lot. You have like such a weird mix of populations
Yeah.
that something might be really funny. I don't know. It's a good and bad thing because like if you're killing, then that means that material will kill anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you are trying to write material, it can be tough to like get a toehold.
Translate it culturally, or
Yeah, because you have an immigrant culture, you have the local culture, you have all the military, you have all the tourists. So you just have like a weird hodgepodge. You got the two or three homeless people that come in.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, very sure.
Was he selling us that backpack?
I think he was selling us an old football jersey.
Oh, that could have been good.
Yeah.
But
The friend of all podcasts, the street sweeper.
yeah.
There we go.
We just gotta point it towards our faces.
Yeah.
This happened with Patrick's one over at Barrels. These are directional microphones, so it kind of works. But the whole time it no, that's not working.
That's bad. But this gets
Yep, that
this
absolutely.
will
gets
get
the
the
street
This
sweeper.
is me.
Yep. This is
Okay.
the infamous podcast, the Reese Paulcast, infamous podcast with Derek
Should
Reimers.
sponsor. Yeah, you should
Before
sponsor
he
those
was the
street
famous
sweepers.
one.
Yeah, you should sponsor those street sweepers.
Yeah. But no, yeah, like I met with my college counselor, and he's like, "What do you want to be like at the end of this?" And I was like, "I don't know. This is kind of a backup to being a stand-up."
At the end of your life?
comedian." No, yeah.
At the end of this.
Yeah, at the end of this.
Right before you pull the trigger, what do you want to be?
At the end of this associate's degree, what do you want to be happening? At the end of this certificate, but I was like, I don't know, just like a comedian. He's like, dude, I always want to be a comedian. What do you joke about? Because if it was me, I'd be ripping on Portuguese and Filipinos and fucking telling them what's up.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah,
Wow.
no, that's
No,
you can do that if you like, but
I like to tell. I hate that quite. Like, what do you do? And my favorite one that usually just gets people to shut up is they're like, "What do you do? What kind of jokes do you do?" I was like, musings. Shuts them right up. They're like, most of the time they don't know what that means.
I do
And
not
if they
want to hear what
do,
you
they're like, "Oh,
fucking
you're
muse
probably
about.
not funny." So they don't talk to me about it anymore.
Yeah, I just tell them like, it's kind of about context. Like it's kind of different. And they're like, oh yeah, when people are all drunk, right?
Yeah.
People are all only just drunk all the time at a comedy club, and it's just like, it's just people there
No.
for comedy.
Sometimes the
specifically.
shows start at 6. Like,
Yeah.
no, I just don't want a real job. That's like my whole motivation for it. It's like I don't want to wake up when I don't want to.
Yeah.
Which is I'm trying to like get things into place. I have this like completely arbitrary rule that I'm trying to put into place right now where I'm like 10 hours a week of shit I don't want to do.
Yeah.
That's like my there's always going to be shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to limit it to 10 hours a week, but I got to get out of the military for that
Yeah.
first.
Where you can like put the work into chunks. Like
Yeah. Well, like not even that. Like if I'm like writing stuff, I don't count that
Yeah.
as work. If I'm going to mics and stuff, that's
Mm.
not work. I'm talking about like going to an appointment at the IRS or something, like
Yeah.
some shit you really don't want to do.
Because what is the end? Because you got a degree in creative writing, right?
Yeah.
So do you want to be like the guy who, like an LA guy who does stand up, like a Joe Mandy almost, like in a writer's room and stand up at night?
I would love to never live in LA.
Yeah.
I would love to I would love to sell spec scripts
From where you are.
from wherever I'm at.
Okay.
And do stand up locally. Like if I can make
And just be a big fish in like Chicago or
if I can
Phoenix
make
or something.
$30,000 a year,
Yeah.
that's my only real goal. That's it. I just
Just-
need to be right at the poverty line.
Yeah. Just planning your life without
Yeah.
that big a nut.
Yeah.
Cool.
And hope my wife makes it. And I'm getting a disability from the military, so like
Nice.
that helps too.
They so what's your plan after the military? Like stand up. Oh, this guy really needs us. Like,
Yeah.
This guy is special.
Yeah. Yeah. My plan after when I move.
Oh, this guy's got CTE for sure.
Oh yeah.
From us.
Put him on. Put him
Yeah.
on. I will be able to do every Memorial Day show and
Give
every
him
Veterans
disability.
Day show.
Yeah, that's a fucking.
Every September 11th show like tonight.
You're just getting rounds of applause on a cruise boat.
That's September, like the 9/11 joke stuff too. I was like, these jokes say 9/11, but they're not. They're more about making fun of 9/11.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'll be okay. No, they weren't having it at all.
Yeah.
It really affected some people. That's
Yeah.
what I learned today.
Yeah.
9/11 was a very important
I was
date.
like,
I slept through it. I
Yeah.
wasn't like I woke up and it was like old news. I was like,
yeah.
I had to go to school. I was in the peak. I was at like the peak of my puberty. I was like 13 years old. Like I
Yeah?
had so much other shit going on.
Yeah.
Just with my body. Like I don't give a fuck about 9/11.
Yeah.
I get it's important. People died and stuff, but
Yeah.
3,000.
Did you have to write poetry about 9/11 in class?
No.
I did.
Oh Jesus.
That was fun.
3,000 people's not that many.
I got an award.
You got an award
yeah.
for
Mine was
9/11
pretty good.
poetry? Was it a
Mhm.
haiku?
Nope. It was people crying, people dying, planes flying, and then I drew a picture of it, and it was like
That's
if
not
I,
a poem.
Yeah, if I saw it, no. There was
a
there was
cartoon.
a little bit more. I
That's a
wasn't
New
that
Yorker
bad at
cartoon.
poetry. Yeah, it's like, wow, look at the ink work.
Yeah.
It looks like a child drew it, but an adult drew it.
Oh, I get it. Look, 9/11 says corporate conspiracy, and the plane says drug money.
Reese Paul, 7 years old. Oh, building 7.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I mean, we are recording this on 9/11.
yeah.
I'm not sure. The idea at the beginning of this was to just bank a bunch of episodes.
Yeah.
But now, like about 15 to 20 minute interviews, but people have been
Yeah.
interesting enough for like half an hour to an hour.
That's good.
So that's a good problem.
9/11 jokes.
Okay.
I was at work this morning, and someone said, I can't believe it's been 18 years. I did this on stage. It didn't work. Can't believe it's been 18 years. And I said, 18 years since what? And I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought that was super funny because it's not making a joke literally about it's just,
Yeah. It's just like
it's a nothing, haha. It's a dad joke is what
Yeah.
it is. No one fucking laughed at it, and I got to wait a whole year before
Yeah.
I can do it again.
the hashtag for my son's birth was never forget because he was 9 pounds 11 ounces.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unforgettable.
With 2 giant dicks.
Yeah. Just pure assholes thinking that they're children and that to be laughed at.
I heard dicks and assholes in the last.
That's
Okay, bye. Can't wait to get out of this town. There'll be more of those. If I move to Chicago, there's going to be 25 Rohans
yeah.
just walking around all the time.
The thing is that they all have a solid 3 minutes
Yeah.
and just like
Yeah.
like
That's true.
That's what the open micers have in other places is a solid 2.
Yeah.
It's just like
They
what
trick you.
are you a human being for
they
2
trick
minutes?
you for a second.
It's like Sean Patton's like an ass can make you sane for a minute.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
A second
More
street
street
sweeper.
sweepers.
Is this about 9/11?
Oh, man. When Governor Ige said he was going to clean up the streets of Honolulu, I did not think.
Wah, wah,
Thank
wah.
you. Thank you.
He's on his Giuliani, man. 9/11.
9/11.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So someone on Instagram that I follow shared a picture of Trump standing outside of the White House.
Yeah.
And said 9/11, never forget. I'm like, none of this has anything to do with 9/11 at all.
Dude, we got
What does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a
Did
bunch
you
of people
forget?
doing
Yeah.
multiple posts today. It seems
Yeah.
like every
One's
year,
enough.
yeah, it's like all of a sudden it feels like as our social media reach grows, you see people's thoughts more often, you know?
Yeah.
Like those people who would just like be randomly throwing things out and like it seems like this 9/11 is more important than the 9/11 of the past 2 years.
Almost feels like it's more important than the 9/11.
Eh?
Huh?
Eh? I mean, no one tweeted about 9/11 when it happened.
yeah, no
Just
one did.
live tweeting it.
Yeah.
Wow, this is pretty crazy.
Someone live tweeting from in the building. They're like, it's fucking
It
hot
is,
in here.
yeah. Who's all these people in the black
Yeah.
coats?
I thought we outlawed smoking in offices.
Yeah. It's like jumping
All
now.
these, yeah,
Wish me luck.
all these people without parachutes.
People really died.
People really did die, but only, like I
Oh,
said, only
gosh.
3,000. If you went to a baseball game,
All right, no, you're not allowed to do the fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson argument about this.
yeah,
You
went to a baseball
motherfucker.
game.
Mass shootings only account for 1% of life lost in America.
Yeah, not even
So
that
it's not
much.
even a big deal that people are shooting people. No, that's not how that fucking argument should work. Right?
No, it should. It
No.
makes sense. Cars kill so many people.
All right, but what's the plan with cars? Cars work for
Do-
us every once in a while.
I don't think anything. I think a bunch of shit halfway through.
Just pick the contrarian route and then justify afterwards.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the goal.
If you went to a baseball game,
No.
if you went to a baseball game and there was 3,000 people in the stadium, you'd be like, no one showed up to this thing. What a poor turnout.
Jesus Christ.
But when it's deaths all at once, it's a big deal.
Do you think if like the only 3,000 people in like Tulsa, like or like a town outside of Tulsa were like they were in a a high school stadium and it
Yeah.
exploded and all of, like 100% kill rate. Do you think it would be as big a deal as a place with millions of people in the immediate vicinity?
I don't know, but I feel like after a year they'd get over it.
Yeah, because I feel like,
they'd be like,
a lot of people saw it who live now.
yeah, and a
You
lot
know,
of
that's
people
probably
will
part of
move
it.
there and be like, oh, job opportunities. This is
Just clean it-
Tulsa's booming.
just those pictures of the mass graves that they have
Yeah.
for Middle America.
All right, a lot of educational jobs just opened up.
Yeah.
That's good for business.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything I say ever.
Cool.
Except for
Wow, look at Joe Rogan over here.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You know, it's about the power. You know, every time Joe Rogan brings up words have power, it ends 5 minutes later with him saying the N-word multiple times. You
What does he
notice
always-
that?
What the fuck does he always
It's just
say?
like we give these words so much power. Like, it's just a word,
yeah.
you know? Like, if I said to you,
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
like, N-word.
That's not
N-word, I hardly
completely-
know her.
That's not completely untrue.
I
right?
mean, yeah.
It's not like
But
I'm
it's
not,
like almost a tact versus a logic thing, like the Neil deGrasse
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
because here's the thing. It is weird that I can't even say
Yeah.
you should never call someone the N-word,
Mhm.
but say like that's weird that if
Yeah.
I said that sentence,
Yeah.
people would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's not weird that it's not okay to say.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm done with that.
Like,
That's as
I-
far down that hole as I'm
Well,
willing
I
to
don't
go.
even know what I'm gonna do when my son finds out about the word. You know, like I don't know what the plan is. I don't have a plan.
It
for,
depends
like,
on how much of a dick
Like
he was
this is
that day.
one of like you know how you can't say F, but sometimes you say it and we laugh.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't one of those.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know why I said F instead of fuck, but
yeah.
anyways,
I don't know.
I'm working on a stupid bit that it's like a long extended thing about cultural appropriation.
Mm.
And it ends with like, so white people want their word back.
Yeah, we invented that word.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We're innovators.
I tried to do that. I was way too young
Yeah.
and way too early into comedy when I tried to do that. I tried
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
this bit about like someone saying, "Hey, you can't say that's our word." I'm like, "Well, it's kind of our word," but it wasn't. I was too.
It was kind of R worded.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. It was an R worded R word.
But yeah, when I first started coming out, you seemed like you were years ahead of everyone else that I was starting with. Like, and then when you were
So,
on the 2-year show
I'm not trying
with
to
me,
be yeah. So I'm not trying to be conceited. I think I have much more of a grasp of what I do bad than other people do,
Mhm.
and I think that helps me. It's not that I'm like
you
super
cut out
clever.
the bad habits quickly,
Yes,
and then you have to fill it with something else.
I recognize probably too much when I do something bad and why it's bad.
Yeah,
It is not because I'm like super clever.
yeah,
I just I think I've been able to, because you see some people, what they
Like,
do,
yeah,
they
like
keep doing the same joke over, and
Yes.
it's like it's not even that the topic's a bad idea, it's that you keep saying the exact same words, and
Yeah.
it's like, why are you putting yourself
Why
through
keep it
this?
like this?
Why are you putting yourself
It
through
was not
this
working.
pain?
Yeah.
if you're not gonna try to change it a little bit,
Yeah.
like change the maybe it'd be funnier if it was past tense, or maybe it'd be funnier from a different person's perspective. Like,
yeah.
then I just like, nope, these are the words I thought of on the toilet.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were on the 2-year show together.
Yeah.
That was a while.
I was
well,
like,
it a year
what the
ago. That was
fuck, Derek?
yeah. I know I brought this up, and this is probably very painful. I remember your first
Oh yeah.
open mic at Hawaiian Brian's.
Yeah.
Where you just
No, I did a couple open mics in
Oh,
2010.
did you?
But
Okay.
but then I came back out. Okay, so you can describe what you perceived me as, and then I'll tell you what was happening.
Okay, so this is a couple years ago, so I gotta try to. So it was an open mic before the feature show.
Yes, Amy Schumer had just come down
Yeah, I was actually
the week
about
before.
The week before.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. And then I was actually
Yeah, because
after
I
that
remember
show-
Audrey was like, everybody with their little notebooks copying Amy, and then like,
Audrey.
yeah.
She went to my sidebar. When I went to my first open mic,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
I sat down. Audrey sat next to me, and she was like giving me tips, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And I wrote them
She
down.
told me to make a Facebook page
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
Yeah. I wrote them down. I wrote these tips down. And then she was the first on the open mic, and I just immediately erased all of I was like, never
This
make
is gonna
that
be
mistake again.
The recurring bit for the podcast.
All-
But Audrey will get a chance to defend herself at some
the
point.
the person that comes up to you if you're new at an open mic, the person that comes up to you and tries to give you advice is not funny.
They
the
sense
funny
the
people-
someone person
The
weaker on
funny
list.
exactly.
Yeah.
The funny people are ignoring you.
Yeah.
And they don't want anything to do.
Yeah.
They're pissed that maybe there's someone funny that's
Yeah.
new and they have to compete for stage
If you
time.
do well, they'll introduce themselves so that you don't forget
They'll
them.
say you're funny,
Yeah.
and then they'll be like, "What'd you think of my set?"
Yeah.
That's that's a
You
good
seem like you have pretty good taste.
yeah. I like your. I have a bit like that.
Yeah. I actually am the only person in the scene allowed to do a bit like that.
Yeah.
So
Better figure this out.
Yeah.
So okay. So your first, what I thought was your first open mic, you went up, and I don't even remember any material, but I remember you spoke for about a minute, maybe 2. Not even.
I don't think I got any of the material out. I think it was like 45 seconds.
Okay.
Like
And then you just said, I think you said sorry, and then you just left.
yes. I apologized to my wife and my stepmother-in-law for
then you
dragging
just-
them all the way down to Wine Brian's while someone watched our 1.5-year-old and just I was like,
That cost you
we're,
money.
we're going to have to go. Yeah.
It cost you money. And then I was like, well, I'll do better than that, is what I said to myself,
Okay,
because I was still kind of new.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I can beat that. I can be that funny. And
Yeah.
then like a year and a half later,
Mhm.
you started.
Yeah.
You came and you had jokes.
Yeah, so
was-
I was
it was
hyping
good.
myself up. I was like, I'm gonna be like Bill Burr. I'm gonna write from
Mm.
stage. So what the bit I had thought of for like
You need to write before
yeah
stage first.
yes
You could do that later.
well then because like usually people come out to an open mic and they're like I'll check it out and then the
Yeah.
next week I'll like kind of insert myself in it or above everyone else
Mhm.
like try to like write towards what the best person is kind of doing.
Yeah.
But I was just like, nah, I know what's up with the
know.
I'm listening to Bill Burr. I listen to Bill Hicks. I know I'm gonna change the world with this
Listen
shit.
to all the bills.
So the
Bill
whole joke
Murray.
was like, I've never come just do a Bill Murray bit.
Yeah.
Just like, America. But I was just like, the crux of it, I guess, was that it's weird that horses are gonna be what cars are gonna be like. Like just only rich people get to do it on the weekends.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could probably talk for 7 minutes about that.
That was it.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I had
I've
written
done that
down.
before.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done that before.
And I was like, my coworker owns a horse.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird that you like cars are going to be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta say- and then I went to the back and Billy was there because Billy had known me from 2010, like trying open mics. And he was like, man, you just got to keep writing, and do your stuff. Like, I'm glad to see you back out, man. Keep doing it. I was like, damn. Billy Sherman has his shit together.
Yeah, Billy Sherman is both the nicest man and most horrible man all at the same time, always. He's always both, all the way, all the time.
To the max.
Oh, man. I've done that. I tried to do that with Oh fuck, if my phone's dead. I would look at it.
Mm.
I tried to do that with this guy who was like, I was putting a shopping cart away,
Oh yeah.
and this other white guy was like, hey, he like passed me as I was putting the shopping cart away, and he's like, hey, how come we're the only ones that put the shopping carts away? And I had no idea. I didn't know this guy. I had no idea what he meant,
Yeah.
and I just concluded that he said that because we're both white, I guess. And I was like, and then I'll just list weird brags races would make, and I had nothing. I had none of that.
Yeah. You're just gonna off
It
the
was
top of my dome. I'm gonna have
Yep.
every racial stereotype
Yep,
perfectly
I'm ready.
balanced.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I feel like that all the time.
Yeah, because in your head it flows like
Yeah.
incredibly well.
Also, in your head, when you're thinking about stuff, you're like, that's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that I just thought
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
But if you say it out loud, it's about 40 seconds.
Yeah. And then like you've included so much context that you forgot about because like you've thought this way, then this way, then this way, and you
That-
come up with a
yeah.
line that's funny,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, how did I get there
Yeah.
again?
No, you don't understand. I wasn't ready for this guy. Like,
Yeah.
that type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best set you've had? You've had a chance to perform.
The best set I've had.
I thought this would be going fine. I'm not sure if we hear them or not, but Rohan's friend of the show and Mike Rayo, friend of the show, are here. But in a minute, we're gonna have
You're right, sir.
we're gonna have one in a little bit.
How rude of him.
Okay.
How would?
He edits this shit anyways. It stays up for like.
I'm not gonna edit the.
How do you, dude, your shit's too long, first of all. You got it like half an hour max. People don't got time for that shit, man.
In perpetuity. When people look back at it, they're going to. We don't even hear your side of this argument.
The im-
We're gonna do what we do. Y'all do what y'all do.
the important thing is to put out content regularly.
Yeah. Sunday.
So yeah, he just Audrey'd our podcast. This-
I
you
did
know what
talk
you need to
fucking
do.
long as shit on his last one,
Yeah,
but I mean,
whatever. you
whatever.
have to. You gotta balance
Yeah,
the amount.
yeah.
Anyway, the best set,
Yeah.
man.
Like one of your favorite. You can do multiple or like, it's just like because usually people say like, what's the worst set you've ever had, or like what is a
Yeah.
joke that
Oh,
never
worst
worked
set
for
I've
you?
ever had was my second open mic at a coffee shop in the daylight with women and children around, and I thought I had a good rape joke. And in my defense, it turns out it wasn't even actually a joke. It was just a rape statement,
Yeah.
and it
It's a
wasn't.
rape statement.
Yeah, it was just. I thought, God damn, here, oh fuck, I'll say it. I said the N-word's not as bad as everyone thinks. I'll make the. So the joke was.
Okay.
The joke was.
No, yet.
Oh,
this
man.
is your testimony.
Oh God, the joke was something. I'm paraphrasing here to save time, but the joke was like this, like victim support thing. I saw it was like a post on Facebook. It said like, straight sex is sex, gay sex is sex, transgender sex is sex, married sex is sex, single sex is sex, rape is not sex. And then I was like, it's sex. What?
It's X for at least one of
It's
them.
like, it's not sex.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
point is, it
I'm not
wasn't-
saying rape's good.
Yeah, yeah. People like forget. They don't really listen to what we say all the time,
Yeah.
right? It's
They
not
just look up from the
one-
meal and they're like,
Yeah.
wait, rape is sex?
Yeah. What? It's not really a full joke.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. It doesn't. There's nowhere to. It's not good.
You
But
can't
yeah.
look up from a caramel
But,
macchiato to a rape joke.
That open mic got closed down forever because the people there complained about my joke. So there's no more. It was Augie T's coffee shop in Kania.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they no more
That's
open
funny.
mic there. Man, my best set
He's running for governor now, I think, of, no, not governor, but
of the
something
nation of
representative
Hawaii
of
or
like
of-
Waipahu's area. Which I mean, if you run purely off of name recognition, Augie T is gonna fucking get wherever he
Yeah.
wants.
Augie T and Andy Bumatai.
Yeah,
The two.
you can. Mike Rayo can chime in a little bit when the conversation dies down. It's been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
I'd say you can comment below if you don't think so. But
Mike Rayo wears his fanny pack around his waist, and it looks like a colostomy bag.
well, it's full of the good shit. But yeah. So, what do you think is the best that you've had?
Yeah,
Because it's not like
man.
we can spread around what our good set has been. You know
the
what I mean?
best set I ever had that when I think of like oh, that was awesome, was a set during one of the tournaments. I don't remember which one it was. It was the 10-minute round, and I just did. I mean, everything was hitting perfect, and I was like in my head, I was like ahead of myself, like getting ready. But I've had sets that are really good like that, but this one, it was like my favorite crowd work bit. This lady, this woman, wouldn't shut up during the whole show.
Yeah.
And I finally stopped, and I was just like rude to her, and I don't remember what I said at first, but it was kind of funny. And then she said something back, and then I said to the audience, she doesn't know how to react because she's a 9 and a man's never been rude to her. And then her friend said, she's a 10. And then I said, I've seen 10s. And it was awesome. It killed so hard. And it was like totally just like in the moment. And it was like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was,
You wrote it.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
I would say that one. That was like in like 2018, I think.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I think that was it. I don't remember the rest of my jokes in that set, but I remember that part. I remember I was like, I fucking got her.
Yeah.
Oh,
The tournaments are great because it's always like the warm up. As long as you get past like the warm up spots,
yeah.
as like a dirtier comedian, I'd say, or like someone with a little bit of darker material. Because people are drunker, it's late in the night, and people have been sitting watching comedy for so long.
Yeah.
They just want to see something good, and so when something like pops off, like, you know what I mean? Like, I always wonder what the context of watching comedy specials at home are, you know? Because do you watch like specials like the newest Burr? And,
I
like,
have
Chappelle
not
and stuff?
watched that yet. I'm excited to because I heard him talking about it because he was saying like how the camera doesn't cut a lot. It's a lot of because he wanted to do that because it takes you out of it, and I think that does because like watching something. Shit.
It only really cuts for new material.
There's
I'd
times
say.
where I'll do a set and I'll record it, and I was like, that was fucking good, but it like doesn't translate on video for whatever reason. So that's a weird hump that I'm trying to get over. Yeah. Sometimes it's all right.
I think maybe we just gotta suck it up and put it, because I mean that's what I'm doing. If you like, I've been putting out content or whatever, and it's kind of just like just put it out there, and
you do.
See,
You just got to put it out there.
Yeah. See if someone likes it, because I think it's funny at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even if I don't think it's funny anymore.
There's also the problem with I hate myself a lot, and we all kind of hate ourselves a lot. So we're like, we did this. It must be terrible.
You've got to like compartmentalize.
It must be really bad.
This idiotic.
But like, you go up on stage and talk to people about weird shit, and basically putting something on the internet is the same thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, is it?
Yeah, you're kind of just like nervous.
Because I feel like the context is like what I'm trying to get with the comedy special thing.
Hit like upload though. That's all you do.
Yeah, but I'd say like someone inside of their house feels more secure, and like that. I think that's where people attacking comedians comes from. But also,
yeah, they feel so they're like by themselves alone, so they don't have. I would say they almost feel more insecure because they're with themselves.
Do you ever watch the specials with your wife?
Yeah.
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 Do you ever? Because like, even if I'm just watching a comedy movie, I'll like say why it's funny sometimes.
Oh yeah. We'll pause and we'll like.
Yeah.
We call it Seinfelding it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of a dick, and I look over and explain the reference, and she says that. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That's why I laughed too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying. Yeah, she does that with my jokes sometimes too, and I'm like, stay fucking out of that. That's my shit.
Let's not unpack this, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I always wonder what the context of people watching comedy specials is. You know, like
they're watching it in the car or something.
Yeah,
like,
you know, like
it could be.
I mean, I got a buddy
at a like a Jiffy Lube.
Yeah.
Just on their phone or some shit. Yeah.
You know.
That is true. You kind of could watch it anywhere now.
Just like I watch it almost humorlessly, like
I do that sometimes.
Like it's hard to change into like, yeah, I'm chilling. Like how often do people drink at home and watch comedy specials? You know? Like, because I don't really drink at home at all.
Yeah. Well, also when you're in an audience, you can kind of like feel.
Absolutely.
You can feel kind of invisible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas at home, you're kind of like still self-conscious about shit.
Yeah. I'm existing in my world.
Yeah. Well, also like fucking people are usually more nervous around. this sounds, I don't mean to get all in a weird place, but people are usually more nervous around themselves than they are in a group of people. You know what I mean? Like they're thinking about like,
Yeah.
they're still thinking about how they're being perceived.
How
even
would
though,
I see me?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
you, not the
Yeah.
the flesh robot
Yeah.
that you're in.
Like a lot of people, since I'm a mailman, I just show up at people's doorstep a lot.
Yeah.
People are like usually in a pretty weird place when they're
Yeah.
interrupted.
Yeah,
being alone.
yeah.
Just like suddenly, like even if it's something they ordered on purpose and want, sometimes they're just like, what? Why is this person interrupting my like Fortnite binge or something?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I went to middle school with this lady. Her mom was a mail lady, and she told us that, and we were like, "That's hilarious. That's we're gonna make fun of you."
Yeah, I'm a letter character, not a mailman. A
Your-
letter carrier.
Your mom's a mail lady. Hilarious. Oh, we fucking were awful.
Yeah.
So
And in 2019, it's a thing now.
it is a thing now. You could be a mail lady.
Yeah.
A mail lady, mailman.
Yeah. And some people would consider it a malady. Fuck me. God damn it. So, what's your what's next? You just got your bachelor degree.
I do have a bachelor's degree.
It's really cool.
'Cause I dropped out of high school, so it's
Yeah.
a big deal for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool then.
I'm just gonna write shit and try to sell it
And just slowly build that.
post it.
Yeah.
I'm putting a website together. A
nice.
revamped website. I had a Squarespace website and I just
Yeah.
didn't keep up, so I was like, I'm starting
Yeah.
from scratch. And then I need to get my podcast back up and running again.
Are you
It
going
was
to
a
do the same name and stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same name because I own the domain, so I don't want to buy another domain.
Yeah. What was it again?
Look who's here.
Look who's here.
Believe you could still find the 12 episodes I uploaded
Very good.
onto the
Because you had a lot of
I was trying to just
just
do
like general artists, right?
I tried to do interesting people. So I
Yeah.
had a drag queen on there that was really fun.
Cool.
I got to learn a lot about. I had this lady who was on like local TV.
Oh yeah, she was the judge on one of the.
Yeah, I
shows,
had
right?
a beauty pageant winner. I
Yeah.
had some actors, other comedians.
Yeah.
Really wanted to get these like some representatives from like the roller derby league out here. I
Oh,
thought that
cool.
would be fun. But
Yeah, that's a pretty.
I was like,
interesting-
hey, two ladies, you want to come to my house where I
Yeah.
do my podcast
Yeah.
in a closed room?
Don't worry, I'm a comedian.
Don't worry,
Just
I
as
only
the
do
Louis
rape
CK song is
jokes.
coming out,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So I got to get that going again. But
but
I'll
it-
have the free time once I'm out of the Navy, and I'll have. I've saved up a lot of money. My wife and I both saved up a lot of money to where I'm not gonna have to work for at least a year.
Nice.
So I'll have the free time
Yeah.
during the day to do that stuff, and then go do jokes at night.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, I can do something. Even if I'm doing like shitty casino tour, like I don't need anyone to know my name.
Yeah.
I just want to work
Yeah.
for a fee.
Yeah. Do you
That's
think
all.
you're going to be able to both perform and to produce, like, or do you want to write sketches? You say you want to do spec scripts for television shows?
For television shows and like movies too, I have
Yeah.
like every person who says they're a writer, I have like two
Like premises.
screenplays that are half finished.
Oh,
So for like movies, and then I have a bunch of like show bibles and stuff that I've
nice.
tried to write out that
That's
are
very
in
cool.
also. I have a bunch of incomplete projects
Yeah.
that I need to finish,
Yeah.
which is better than having no projects that
Yeah.
I've started. But I gotta
Yeah.
get my shit together, and
Are you having-
I could do it more now.
Yeah.
Like I have. There's definitely times where I sit and play Madden for an hour that I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I could. But I'm also. I think once I don't have to work for 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
I'll really be able to get a jump start on all that
Yeah,
and be able
I'm
to.
sure. It's really difficult to transition your
Yeah.
day into work.
Well,
to
it's
different
between
work.
to work, then go home, take care of whatever. I don't even have kids, but there's shit you got to do around the house.
Yeah.
To like give yourself a legitimate hour or two of sitting like relaxing,
Yeah.
then to go do jokes at night. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
more. It's I don't know.
It's like
kind
you
of
want to
pain in
take
the ass.
off your uniform and then bang out fucking 2 more pages of the script.
Yeah.
And then go to an open
Yeah.
mic and then drive home and
Yeah.
do it all again.
And but then like if I sit and watch Sports Center for an hour, like that is in one way it's not productive, but another way it's important
Yeah.
because you gotta unwind for that
Yeah.
shit. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Or I end up homeless. That's the other option.
Yeah.
That could also. I don't fucking know.
I got a spec script though.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm standing out there. I'm not even asking for money. I'm just handing out these like
Loose
pinned.
leaf.
Yeah, these loose leaf fucking. Here's the premise.
Yeah.
Here's the log line. It's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah. And you're not even in LA doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you're in
just
Tucson. Just
hoping upon hope.
It's the homeless guy bursting into coffee shops, being like, "Does
Yeah.
anybody want to read my script here? All right, what's the code for the bathroom?
I just read it like
Yeah.
Alan.
Interior, night.
Exactly. Alan says this.
Yeah.
VO.
Yeah. Good lord.
Yeah. All right. I've hit my wall. My wife's probably wondering where I'm at.
Okay.
So I gotta get going.
Cool.
Normally you end the podcast, I guess, but
Oh,
I just realized my phone's dead, and
nah,
she's
it's
probably
oh,
wondering
yeah.
where I'm at.
That's
so.
true. Yeah, yours died during filming. Mine's
Yes.
died right after I said
Yes, our
it's
wives.
dying. Our
Is what
wives.
yeah, they both died.
Our wives.
Our wives. Did I oh, real quick, Jim? Okay, so I went to a Jim Jeffries show.
Uh-huh.
And I bought the meet and greet package where you go meet and greet.
Oh my fucking
Where-
god.
So this is where you just get. I thought this is stupid. I should have known better. But I thought it was like a cocktail hour type thing. Like I got to like hang out and talk with him.
Oh my fucking
For a little
god!
bit,
Like
so I'm
everyone's
like-
just cruising around.
Yeah.
And then only one person at a time gets him. Like
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
lasts 5 hours.
It
so
says
everyone,
meet and greet.
Yes.
Which really implies that you get to meet, then greet, and then leave.
Not just a picture.
So we're standing in line. I'm standing in this big line waiting to like go into this like little room where he is. And then as like we get in, I see what it is, and I'm like, son of a bitch. And I'm like, well, what am I gonna say?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. And my wife is very short.
Yeah.
So my wife and I both walk up, and he leans down like she's a child, and he
Yeah.
says, "Hey, how are you?" And
You're
then
a
he
little
says
one.
to me,
Yeah.
"She's very short." And I said, "That's my life." And he's like, "Did you say that's my wife? Did you make a Borat joke?"
No.
And I was like, "No, what?" And I was like, "It's over. Let's fucking take the picture." He's like, "Yeah, you fucking ruined that."
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember when Audrey was
God damn
saying
it.
everyone should come down to the Jim Jeffrey because for his TV show he was
Oh,
having
yeah,
the
naked
nudists
yoga.
come over. Yeah. And Ina had to convince me to not go down and be naked next to him.
oh,
Then that
would've been
wouldn't
great.
give me an opening spot on his Blaisdell
Yeah.
Stadium show.
Might have.
You never know.
I don't think he has an opener all the time. He usually doesn't.
Yeah.
The times I've seen him, there's no
Yeah.
opener.
He just comes out and does it
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not a throw a bone type of guy. But anyways, thanks Derek. Derek Reimers.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Shoots. Go to the website to
Reese's
see.
mom.
Yeah, thanks. We'll conglomerate. We'll both have more followers because of this.
Yes, we will.
All right.